I don't care how many options of birth control. There could be 1,000 options of birth control for women. At the end of the day, as a man, if you do not want a kid, I don't care about the options that the woman has. It falls on you to protect your seed.
So please do
Well,
not
my
put
thing
words in
is,
my mouth.
I think from a male perspective, if we're like logic always says, keeping it funky, a woman cannot force you to be a father when you initially have the ability to prevent it. Now, hold on. Now, the other thing is, now in a situation where you did take precautionary measures and a condom may have broken. I mean, they say condoms are typically 98 percent effective. So that 2% chance, there are some people that fall in that 2% chance. And in that situation, yes, I do think that that situation does cause for a discussion. And unfortunately, if she decides that she wants to have the baby and you don't, in that situation, I do think that you're forced. And that's an unfortunate
That's
situation.
almost every situation.
And that's an unfortunate situation. But 85% of the time, when a woman gets pregnant, it is generally on the guy if he does not want to have the child. The reason that that woman got pregnant is because there was no protection being used. So in that regard, like you say, oh, it's 50-50. Yeah, she makes the decision to have the baby, you got her pregnant. But we can cut that off 98% of the time if you make sure that you wear a condom. I don't care how many options of birth control. There could be 1,000 options of birth control for women. At the end of the day, as a man, if you do not want a kid, I don't care about the options that the woman has. It falls on you to protect your seed.
And
As a woman, if she does not want to get pregnant,
look, Miss
hold on.
You,
As a woman, if she hold on, let me finish. I didn't cut you off. Let me finish.
You did. I'm saying,
just give her 2 seconds to finish.
As a woman, it is her responsibility to make sure that she protects her womb if she knows that she does not want to have a child. Period. So if she ends up pregnant, then that's on her.
You just said that it's her responsibility to make sure she protects her womb. No,
Yes.
because there's a decision to be made after that. Now we have a child that's being brought into this world in a single parent household. What you're suggesting is that her decision making stops at her protecting her womb. When she has a fucking kid, she has the next day to make the determination. Oh shit! I let this nigga shoot me up. I got an opportunity tomorrow to make a decision. I got an opportunity for the next week or so to make the decision.
No, Quest. Hold up, Quest. This no longer argument anymore because it's done. Because right now, anybody, man or woman, that have unprotected sex, you have no choice. So now, if y'all say that's fair, because y'all been singing it, this
depends on the state. Depends on the state. Each
no,
state.
No, but mistaking it. Not mistaking it. Tam. But every time we had these conversations, y'all said that's fair. Y'all said he was reckless with his body.
Every time.
So it was fair, right? That's been a woman national anthem that know what?
Preach, brother.
You was reckless with your body. So now you got to live with the results, right? So now, if the tables now turn, so all the black women, white women, all the women in the world, and Netflix should go against Netflix, JP Morgan, for trying to go away from that with men having been experienced forever. I'm totally fine with accepting the responsibility. But now women also have to do that. The only difference This is the only difference. Is now the government is the new baby mama.
The chicken's coming home.
The government is the baby mama that's gonna call you and say, "Hey, now, welcome to motherhood." The government is a new baby mama, and y'all don't like that. I'm fine with either way.
So you like the government told you what you could and can't do with your body. How would the men feel?
We've been told that. He just told
the
you
men who didn't want to have
Yeah.
babies with the women gonna end up paying child support anyway. So y'all still not gonna be in a better situation.
That was what I was gonna ask.
Right?
What impact do you think? So yes, it ultimately, like I said, it don't affect me personally, but I'm thinking in the grand scheme of things. So for women who are forced to have babies that they don't want, right? And it is not just only going to impact them. It is going to have an impact on men. Like y'all complain about paying child support now. We'll see what happens. I can almost say, hopefully, that this will force men as well to become more responsible, because there is going to be a domino effect. I know previously I had it was a book I had heard somebody had talk about. Now I really want to go get it. It's called Freakonomics. And one of the things that is said in that book was that there was a correlation of poverty and crime going down to abortions after they passed the Roe versus Wade. So just looking at that correlation with that makes me wonder if at this point, will we now begin to see a rise in poverty, which I'm assuming so. Because a lot of those who were getting abortions were typically, in a lower socioeconomic status. So now you're forcing women who can't necessarily afford to take care of a child. So now I wonder how that's going to affect social services, welfare,
I can do you one
child support.
And that's what I was saying, Ms. Taken. Sorry if I'm mistaken. It's a bigger picture that's going on, because everybody's getting emotionally triggered. It's almost like they're being triggered by the symptom of the sickness, but they're not focusing on the doctor who created the diagnosis. So let's focus on
I can do. Wait, hold on, Logic.
All right, 2 seconds. You guys gonna wrap this up. So last minute.
Y'all gotta let King Rio get one in too.
All right, I've been sitting back for a minute and I've been kind of like hush.
And so I'm gonna do you
one better. I say leave Roe v. Wade in place. Leave it in place. But change if a man says, I don't want you to bring this child to fruition, and you do it anyways, that man is completely absolved of any child support.
I agree.
Oh, shit. I
say keep it in place.